One. Otakuans, welcome back to another episode. So, we're starting a new series. We're going to be ranking arcs of big shows. So, like, obviously, in shows that have 12, 24, maybe even 48 episodes, they don't usually have arcs. But these big shonen shows like Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, we're going to be ranking each arc and we're going to put it on our tier list like we usually do for our hotter drops. So we got S, A, B, C, and D. And today we are going to be doing Naruto. I know there's a lot. When I was doing the research for this, David, like there's so many opinions on what arc is the best arc. So me and you are going to talk about it. We're going to just discuss what you think is probably an S class or a God tier arc. And
don't be bringing nobody else's opinion into this. I
what?
want
What?
to
No,
hear
no,
your
no.
opinion.
It's gonna be my opinion. Trust
All
me.
right, man.
It's gonna be my
But you
personal
remember when he
opinion.
did this? What? You don't remember when he did that?
No, no. Like,
All
look,
right.
I was researching just like I just saw so many people arguing, and I just couldn't keep up. But Naruto's been around for like a long time. So just like One Piece, just like Bleach. I mean, everybody's opinion sways. I think my favorite arc when I was first watching Naruto or finished it is probably would be different than it is now. You know what I'm saying? Like just like nostalgia's sake, or when I rewatched it with my wife, like just being like, oh damn, this was actually goated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, so we're gonna start that series, but first, please like, subscribe, ring the notification bells down below. Road to 1,000.
Do
We're
all the
getting
things.
all the things, bro. All the YouTube content creator things that we ask you for. Um, no anime question of the week. I apologize, but we got this is good. We got 18 arcs to get through, so we're gonna speed this along. I'm gonna get started with our news really quick because I always give y'all some news. I know some of y'all ain't plugged in like that, so here are some news. All right, Tokyo Ghoul teases an announcement for July 3rd.
I'm gonna need you to stop bringing that news up, bro. Unless it's real fucking news, don't tell me about. Hey, I plan on telling you news later. Just want to let you know. Stop
Remember
telling
what
me
was
it.
it? What was it? The Demon Slayer one, where it's like Demon Slayer, new Demon Slayer news in October. Oh, bro,
And
what?
then October comes.
No, I
Just
only
want to
put this
prepare
one
you for
in because
November.
July 3rd is like close. It's not like new Tokyo Ghoul news in September. It's like we're not gonna fucking remember that until September comes around. But July 3rd's like in
We got
what, a
like
week
two
and a half?
weeks.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
week and
about
a
two
half,
weeks.
2 weeks. So like if you're a big Tokyo Ghoul fan, which I am, I know they fucked up our last season. We'll see what happens. We'll see what they're coming out with
I
next.
heard
So
rumors that they said they was gonna redo season two, redo season three. I'll watch that. You know,
season
it's not my
two
favorite.
wasn't bad. Season three was the problem.
Okay,
Season three was the problem.
we
If
talked
they
about
did
that.
season two the way they did, and then made season three good, then we wouldn't be talking about season two being bad. But the fact that they made season three bad as well, it's just like, okay, you just fucked up the last two seasons of this great show. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, next up, this one's a little rough. So the voice actor for Sabo, for One Piece, has stepped down from his roles for voice acting. The Japanese voice actor, mind you. Apparently, he was in an abusive relationship with one of his fans. I don't know the deets on that, but it forced him to step down from his role. Um,
Oh, I heard
that's
some
unfortunate.
details. I
Oh, you
heard,
heard some
yeah,
details. What?
apparently, one he had a relationship with a fan.
Hmm.
She was of age, so it wasn't like an underage fan, anything like that. Thank
Yeah,
God. But
yeah.
he had a relationship. I think he may be married or had a girlfriend, but he was like
Mm-hmm.
he had a undercover relationship with this fan. She ended up
Mm-hmm.
getting pregnant, and he made her get an abortion, or he asked her to get an abortion, or was forcing her to get an abortion, and he was abusive to her both
Oh,
emotionally,
he was
verbally,
abusive
and
to
physically.
her.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I looked it up and I was like, damn, like this crazy. I gotta write this down. I gotta keep moving.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So after all that, people were like, "Hey, you need to step down." So I mean, it took about what 3 weeks, a month. He
yikes.
finally stepped
That's
down. Hey, I'm good.
hey,
We can go ahead
good.
and replace another
Yeah,
voice actor. I'm okay with it.
it's
Go
not a
ahead,
big
step
deal,
away,
right?
bro.
Um, is Death Note returning? There's a lot of scuttlebutt around the interweb that Death Note might be coming back.
I hope so.
We might might get some new manga series. I hope something I really hope for. I think we both have the book, the short Death Note stories. I
Mm-hmm.
want them to animate those.
Yeah,
I
they
think
have
that'll be
content.
really good.
They have
Like,
the short stories. What is that? The New York Files or the Los Angeles Files?
yeah, something
They
like
have
that.
that,
Yeah,
and they have another arc of like what happens
yeah,
afterwards. So
yeah.
they have a lot of content. So the
They
fact that
do.
they're going to finally come back with something, a lot of people love Death Note. I love Death Note.
Death
I
Note's
wouldn't
great.
say it's like my top five, but it's
No,
definitely one of those ones when people say, "Hey, you recommend an anime?" I'm like, "Hey, do you like dark stuff? Hey, you'll
yeah.
like this one then." So
Dark Trio.
definitely looking forward to it.
You know. Um, I'm just go ahead and say this right now. I fucking told you so. Ninja Kamui season 2 is
I
in the
knew
works.
exactly what you was going to come up with. I don't
I
want to see
fucking
it,
told you.
bro. I don't
I
want to.
fucking told you.
What the hell do they
If
got to
they
talk about?
if they do what I said before
Mm,
about what they could make season 2 about, then I'm all for it. But
what's
if
that?
it's like um it was either I had two routes. One, it was like everything afterwards and him being like trying to live his life and still like these rogue people coming after him, but there are no suits, no nothing, because the suits were destroyed like at the end of the show.
Mm,
The other one was like previous to how he grew up, like in the ninja school, or like how he was like going out his first missions, his first this, like a prequel type shit. You know what I'm saying?
no
Where
exosuits.
no
Just
exosuits,
please,
prequel,
just no
yeah,
exosuits.
like prequel
Prequel,
type shit.
after, like sequel, like I don't care.
Yeah.
Just keep the exosuits out.
Because there was a lot, if you noticed in the show, there was a big time gap from when he was officially a ninja to where we started the show. So
Mm,
they did missions. That trio,
hmm
him, his girl, and that dude, they did
They were the
missions. If
top
we got
ninjas for a
that,
reason.
yeah, if we got that animated, I'd be all about it. Because there wasn't any exosuits until we got to the point where they're like, oh, these exist. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I think that would be a goated season 2 if they did something like that. We'll
They,
see.
if they
We'll
keep
see.
on the same route they started with season one, I'm not gonna like it. I'm gonna let you
We'll
know now.
see.
I'm not gonna like it.
We will see. Next one's a little sad. So the JoJo anime producer did pass away.
Mm.
He did pass away. We're losing some greats here. I'm not a big JoJo fan, but it's always
I
sad when
am.
it's somebody in their craft. It's sad when anybody passes away, but like somebody, especially in a craft, something that we appreciate. I know you appreciate JoJo.
Mm.
It's sad when somebody like that passes away. So prayers out to the family for that one. Demon Slayer, which this is kind of obvious. I just put it in here because Demon Slayer has like been on top. This Hashira training arc is crazy.
Mm.
Demon Slayer season 4 finale will be 1 hour long, so we're
Oh
gonna
yeah, I
jump
heard about that.
right into the Infinity arc. I'm assuming it's gonna be like one of those wrapping up training, and then there's just like go 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 Infinity arc, and then we're gonna
Mm.
get the biggest cliffhanger in cinematic history, and then we
I
have to
actually
wait.
heard the seventh and the eighth episode are supposed to be longer. Like the seventh episode is supposed to be like 40 minutes, and the eighth
Well,
episode is supposed to be an hour long.
the first episode was like 45 minutes long.
I mean, it was basically the movie. So there's that. And then they say the seventh, so the second to the last, is supposed to be 40 minutes, while the eighth is supposed to be 60 minutes. So whatever they got for us, Demon Slayer, they're going to keep on milking this. They're going to keep
Demon Slayer been
milking
good.
this
Yeah,
cow.
look, Demon Slayer been working,
Hmm.
been working.
I mean,
Last thing I
they
got.
actually I'm sorry about that. They actually
No,
added
good,
in
good.
some anime original scenes, like the whole remember when Tanjiro went to the other Hashira to convince him to do the training, like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
whole episode, like I would say about three-quarters of that episode was completely anime only. So
Yeah, it was a
for
good episode.
the season, it's doing pretty well. I mean, it's kind of boring. Let's be honest. We're kind of like I want
I
to get
think
to the action,
I
but
think
it's
it's
interesting.
comedy.
Yeah.
Um, the last news I have, so we can hop into this arc review. Elden Ring manga is coming out on July 4th.
Hmm. You're looking
So
forward to that. I know you're
y'all
looking
big
forward to that.
y'all big Elden Ring fan. I'm definitely getting this. Probably will be what, one volume maybe. I'm
No,
assuming.
no.
Really?
I
I
would
mean,
say
there's lore.
I would say
Elden, you know,
they would put
Elden
in.
Ring, Elden Ring has lore, bro.
I'm
So
thinking like Berserk level, like
like big
multiple,
books.
like big books. Yeah, like you said, it has lore. Like if they really want to, they can put
Yeah,
some hard binding on that.
yeah, they could. They could. We'll see. A lot of
You'll
people,
collect it.
especially with the new, they time the fuck out of this, bro. With the entry DLC that dropped,
Mm.
everybody's getting back on. I'm seeing TikToks of Elden Ring again. I'm seeing gameplay on YouTube, and then gamers like anime stuff too, so they're like, oh, manga, they're cash grab.
Hey, this might surprise you, but they pay niggas to think about shit like this.
I know. I know.
They pay
I
to
know.
think about it. Like, when should we drop that? They time the
Hey,
fuck out of it.
maybe when we drop the fucking DLC. Like, oh, fucking
That's a good
Steve.
idea.
Steve, get this man a raise.
Promote
Get
this
Steve.
nigga. Promote
Jared, you
this
haven't said
nigga.
shit. Get the fuck out. Jared, get the fuck
Get
out.
the fuck out.
Get the fuck out.
But fuck you, Jared.
Fuck you, Jared. Nah, nigga. You say we should drop the manga next year. Are you stupid? Get the fuck out.
You
All
call
right.
anime a cartoon. Get the fuck out of here. You're done.
Yeah, what? You said it's a what? Yeah, just was it the dictator where he's like, but missiles should be pointed. Just all right,
That movie's
all
fucking
right.
hilarious.
It is. Jumping into the arcs. All right, so we have 18 arcs, part ones and part twos. So obviously we're gonna start. Y'all are looking at the tier list right now. I have each one of these arcs. There's a picture of the arc, ones that I thought were the best. We're starting with the first arc in Naruto, and it goes in order all the way up until the end of Naruto.
What are these pictures, bro?
They're pictures of the
you
arc.
just showed your favorite picture from the arc.
No, I think it's a good example of the arc. So you got
Naruto don't have like arc wallpapers or like pick cover arts. No,
they don't.
That's
Unless
crazy.
it's like the manga cover, but the manga cover isn't necessarily the full arc. So
yeah, I'll give it to you. Okay.
so it's like specific moments in that arc that will make you remember what that arc
I'm
is
gonna need
about.
you to explain it to me.
I'll
I'm gonna need
tell
you to
you
explain
that
each
I
one.
will tell you the title of the arc
Uh,
before we get to each arc, and
and
then
then what happened? Who was
do
in
you
that
need to know?
arc? Yeah,
You don't remember?
I'm
There's
gonna
some,
ask you a couple of them.
again, there's some things that I don't remember all of the entire arc, but I know which ones are my favorite. And honestly, if they're not to me, if they're not that memorable, they're not that good. You know what I'm
Are
saying?
we also talking about filler arcs? Are there filler
No,
arcs in here? Okay,
I did
good.
not
So
put any
all
filler arcs.
canon arcs only. Okay,
All
all right.
canon arc. Yep.
Okay, I
That's
got
why
it.
there's 18, or else this list would be fucking further
99
down.
long.
I love Naruto, but I'm not even gonna get there. So
We didn't even throw Kakashi arc in there. I know that's filler, but
nah, no filler, bro.
dang, that's
No
crazy.
filler.
Okay,
Didn't make
okay.
the cut. Didn't make the cut.
Didn't
All
make
right.
the cut.
All right, so the first arc is going to be the Land of Waves arc in Naruto OG Naruto. So, for your information, just to refresh the brain, this is the first arc in Naruto where Team 7, they originally become Team 7. They end up going to the Land of Mist, and this is the Zabuza and Kaguya fight on the bridge, where
Yeah.
Naruto uses his powers for the first time, his nine-tail powers. Sasuke unlocks his second or his first or second Tamui, I believe. I think this is when he unlocked his second Tamui.
First,
Is it? Is it
first.
first? He already had his first. He had his first when Itachi killed his family. That was his first. That's when he unlocked his first Tamui. Itachi killed the family, so his Tamui would activate. That's one of the reasons why.
All
So
right, okay.
that was when he was a kid. So I'm pretty sure it was his second. If I'm wrong, comments, let me know. I'm sorry. But this is Naruto uses his powers for the first time. We meet and fight Zabuza. That pretty much that whole entire thing. Naruto learns how to use chakra on his feet, runs up a tree. Me personally, with this arc, I want to give this arc an A for nostalgia. This is like the first fighting with Team 7, and this is hindsight, right? So like if you're watching this for the first time, you're like, "Oh, this is pretty cool, they're fighting whatever." But when you watch it all the way through and you know a lot about Naruto, like this is the first time we get to see his Nine Tails powers. We see Sasuke using his Sharingan like a psychopath. We see we see the whole this is the bloodiest we've gotten in the show, especially with Zabuza. And when Zabuza uses his knife and his arms are broken and to kill all those people, like it's very nostalgic. We see the copy ninja, we see Kakashi using his powers for the first time, his Sharingan for the first time. It's so nostalgic, and what leads all the way from there is what makes it great. So for me personally, it's an A, really for nostalgia and because we get to see things for the first time in the entire show. You know what I'm saying? That leads to a lot, personally.
So I'm taking away nostalgia. It's a really good
Yeah.
arc. It's a really good arc.
It is.
I think there's some inconsistencies in the arc that has half the fandom confused, thinking that Naruto Lightspeed went from the first arc of the show So it was a little confusing at some points, but
What?
I think it really established the rivalry between Sasuke and
Sasuke, yeah,
Naruto. That really established the whole story, like the fact that
yeah,
they are pushing each other to be even become better. I
yeah.
think that was great. I even really enjoyed like how the arc ended with Zabuza basically fighting the rebels or like the
The
people,
mobsters,
yeah, the
yeah,
mobsters, like basically fighting with just kunai in his mouth and then dying at the end of it. I thought it was hella beautiful. I'm taking away nostalgia. Like I'm not
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
look at
yeah,
any of these with nostalgia lens. I honestly think without the nostalgia, like that, it's still an A because
yeah,
it it was a ninja show. Watching
yeah,
that art told me I am watching a show about ninjas. Watching
yeah.
Kakashi summon those dogs, that shit was fire. Watching
Yeah,
Kakashi
that's really dope.
save Team 7 multiple times on their way to,
And
that
then he only
shit
used the
was
one dog
fire.
for the rest
Like,
of the show.
bro, like it was one of the best
Yeah.
ninja arcs of
Oh yeah.
Naruto, and the fact that it's not a S is probably a travesty. But I just know that there are other arcs that are better than it, so
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
why I'm keeping it
Absolutely.
at a A.
What now let me ask you, what feat there's only one feat in the show that I can think of that people would be confused about Naruto being light speed. So what feat are you talking about from
I
this
think we
arc?
might be talking about the same one where freaking Haku jumped out the mirror and Naruto reacted to it.
No, that's not the feat I'm talking
Oh,
about then.
okay.
Never
So
mind.
the
Never
feat I'm
mind. Okay.
talking
Yeah,
about is
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I
specifically
remember.
the whole Haku's powers explain. Haku travels from mirror to mirror at
Yeah.
light speed.
Right,
But
right.
when Haku traveled from the top mirror and to attack Naruto,
Yeah.
she attacked from top to bottom. There were no mirrors at the bottom. So when
Yeah.
she moved from or he moved
Yeah.
from top to bottom, not he was not moving light speed. That's why Naruto was able to react to it. So
Yeah.
people look at that whole thing, say, "Oh, he's light speed," but then look at everything else
See,
afterwards, like,
my
"Oh, well,
the speed
that's
feat
yeah."
The speed feat I'm thinking of is when we'll get to that arc, but it's the Sasuke retrieval arc when they get into their fight, and or Sasuke recovery arc when they get into their fight in the final duel, and
Mm-hmm.
when Naruto's standing there and he disappears when he
Mm-hmm.
goes after Sasuke, he's like, "Psst," and he just completely disappears and then appears in front of Sasuke.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of the feat that I see a lot of people arguing about Naruto being FTL
Oh, that's
because
crazy.
he
Oh
like
yeah, we can talk
disappears.
about that one. Oh yeah, we'll get
Yeah.
to it. We'll get to it though.
We're
But
good. We'll
yeah,
get into it.
A,
All right.
definitely A,
All
definitely
right. Definitely A. All right. So the next one we have is the Chunin exams. That's fucking explanatory. I'll tell you a little bit what happens. Sasuke learns Chidori.
A.
He uses Chidori. Naruto fights Gaara and Neji in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he like I mean we just get to see the fights between some of the strongest
It's the
ninjas. I mean,
Chunin exam arc.
it's the
Are
Chunin
we
exams.
are we putting Gaara and everything into this?
Yeah. I mean,
What's the next arc after it? Because
this is where Gaara like this
okay,
is
so this
the
is the
Konoha
invasion.
Crush. This is Konoha Crush, where
Okay,
they
so just the exam part.
well, just the exam part, yeah, where Naruto fights Gaara.
Where does
You
it
know,
end?
it ends with, I'm pretty sure it ends with Sasuke. It ends with Sasuke lightning Chidori and Gaara's
Mm,
thing,
mm.
right? And then I think it's like right at the end is when the snakes appear above the Chunin exams.
Okay, okay.
And then Orochimaru reveals himself like Dr. Doofenshmirtz,
Dang, that's crazy. I consider all of that the Chunin arc.
from
Um,
Konoha Crush.
damn.
I think the Chunin exams themselves are pretty good. I think it's cool to just to see everybody fight. We get to see Naruto like actually show some battle IQ, but
Mm.
to me it's a B. Like it's not anything crazy. It's especially when it leads up to Konoha Crush and we just get that arc, which I'm not going to talk about yet. Like it's a B to me. Like it's cool. It's really cool.
With the Chunin exams combined with Konoha Crush, I think that's a high A, possibly low S.
But it's not the
But
same arc
separately,
separately.
it's giving me a high B. It's
So
it's great. It's really
yeah,
great. It's like you got Gaara trying to kill Sasuke in his sleep.
yeah,
That was pretty awesome. I'm guessing we're thrown in when Lee whoops Sasuke's ass. That was
yeah,
awesome. Lee dropping the weights.
mhm,
That was awesome.
yeah,
Hinata versus Neji. That was awesome. Naruto versus Neji. That was awesome. Damn, no, fuck that. A. I'm putting that an A now. Looking at the
Mhm.
fights, like the
But
fact
it
that
was
we
so here.
established Hinata's love for Naruto and
Don't
what
get me
drives her.
wrong. Don't get me wrong. It was good, but it's like for me, it's a high B, like a high
It's
B. It
really
could
a
be
high B.
like really high because we get the good fights in it, but when the Konoha Crush starts,
Mm-hmm.
this arc that don't mean shit anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like we out here,
Sasuke
we out
got
here.
Chidori and also
Yeah.
in Chunin Exam. Nah, that's an A. That's his signature
I'll
move
give
for
it
the
a
rest of the
I'll give it a
series. I'll give it a
low
low A.
A,
I'll give it a low A. I'm mad that it doesn't
low.
have the Crush Part 2, but by itself, I definitely would give it A.
Mhm. Now, if we're doing that, Konoha Crush is the idea where the Kaze or the Hokage are revived, the first and second Hokage are resurrected.
Mm-hmm.
Orochimaru's attacking the village. Naruto fighting Gaara,
Mm-hmm.
like with Gamabunta. That shit was that's a high A for me. Like that's a because you talking about putting them together, then that's a A
Yeah, no,
anyways.
it's an A
But
by it's an A. I was trying to think, do I
like
want to put it as an S, but no. I would
no,
put that one. I would probably put that one ahead
yeah,
of the Zabuza.
yeah,
No,
because
no. I might put it
no.
after Zabuza. Yeah.
I I've talked about this I think a while ago. Like it wasn't my again, it's not my favorite arc. Obviously, it's not an
Yeah.
S, but at the same time, like it we got to see Gamabunta for the first time. We got to
Hmm.
see Gaara's Jinchuriki. We got to see Shikaku for the first time. Like Naruto headbutting the fuck out of him,
Oh
you know,
yeah,
and just like
Naruto trained with Jiraiya during the Chunin exams too to get his frog summoning. Yeah, yeah. We
yeah,
can't forget about
yeah,
those
yeah.
things.
That's it. So the next one we got, we're
Move it up though.
fucking
We got to keep it in
yeah.
order. Move it
Yeah.
ahead of the Chunin exams. I think it's slightly better than the Chunin exams.
It is ahead of it. What are you talking about? It's right
No,
here.
closer to the left means yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah,
got
yeah.
you, got you, got you, got you, got you, got you, got
All
you.
right, what we
Okay.
got?
All right. So the next one we got is Tsunade, a search for Tsunade. This was an ass arc to me. This was boring as hell.
Ass?
So the only good part about this arc was the end of it.
Yeah.
And the end of this arc is when Naruto learns Rasengan
Mm-hmm.
and he uses it on Kabuto. And they fight like the snakes. They
The
fight
signing fight, the three-way
just
fight.
the little three-way Sanin fight. But the whole arc before that, when they were searching for Tsunade to become Hokage,
Mm-hmm.
was
Didn't he also
ass.
learn Rasengan during this?
Yeah, yeah, he learned Rust, but that's like he was learning it all the way through it. But
Mm-hmm.
like they were searching for Tsunade the whole time, and then finally at the end is when he hit Kabuto. That's a B. This is a B to me.
Yeah, I'm giving it a B. Ass was a strong word. That's what that was throwing me off. I would definitely give
Well,
it a B
and
because
has to up to a point.
it's it established a lot of foundations, and
Yeah,
obviously it brought Tsunade to bring the Hokage. So I'll
yeah,
give it a B.
I give it a B there. Okay, Sasuke recovery arc. This a whole S to me.
It's an S.
That's a whole S. That's when boys became men. I mean, that's
When
why I put the
boys
little
became
gangster.
men.
You can't really see like the whole picture because it has them in a line where they're all just sitting there, fucking
Uh,
like 1990s just got out of prison type shit. Like this a whole S. Sasuke recovery arc for those of y'all who don't remember, like the which you fucking should. This is when they literally go. Sasuke leaves the village and they go after that motherfucker, and they like my bro, this is the final fight, the final valley fight. This is the fight with the other curse marked individuals. This is Neji using his 8 trigram 64 palms for the first fucking time.
mm,
I mean, this is when Lee, that fight between the Drunken Fist, Lee versus the Bone Dude,
was it
yeah,
Kiminari?
yeah.
Damn.
This
Okay.
is the end of Naruto. This is
Okay.
the
Okay.
end of Naruto. Yeah, this is when Lee fights him. I mean, it's just the final Valley fight,
Hmm.
and this is the one where I was talking about the speed feat of Naruto disappearing when they're having their fight. So like when he's like has the nine tails chakra flowing through him, and he's like looking at him, and he just like disappears, and
Hmm.
then he appears in front of Sasuke and starts like whooping his ass. You know what I'm saying? That's the speed feat. A lot of people are trying to say FTO because if you disappear, that's like you can't see light travel, and you can't see if you can't see
Yeah,
pin
we also
travel.
got
You know
to
what I'm saying?
look at the who's perceiving it and their level of perception. Like these young ninja, they
Well,
probably just couldn't perceive Naruto because one, his
he's not. Who's not?
abilities is just shot up
We're perceiving it. Nobody
completely.
was there.
Hmm?
Nobody was there. It was their final valley fight.
Oh, I thought you were
Sasuke
saying
was
somebody saw him and he disappeared from
no,
their sight. So he disappeared
no.
from our sight.
in our sight while watching the fight is
Mm.
when he
Oh,
disappeared at view.
that's just anime magic. I wouldn't give that one
Sasuke
anything.
Sasuke can perceive it. I mean, he said during the fight he's too fast. I can't fucking track him. That's when he had his
Mm-hmm.
second. I think he unlocked his third Tamui in this fight.
Hmm.
Is in this final fight is
I can
when he
see that.
unlocked his third Tamui. But Sasuke recovery arc is a whole ass S. Like
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
that's a whole S. Um, that was the end of Naruto. So we're we're doing good, and I think we're gonna get to a point where we're probably gonna start not arguing, but like things are gonna start dropping a little bit because OG Naruto was like really good,
Mm.
and there's a lot of controversy in these last arcs.
Mm.
So jumping into Shippuden, our first one is the Kazekage Rescue arc. Now the
Mm.
Kazekage Rescue arc is when the Akatsuki go after Gaara,
Mm.
and they end up killing Gaara, taking his Jinchuriki. Naruto travels to the Land of Sand. He fights um, Datara. He fights Datara. That honestly, that was the most goated scene on the planet. When even though it wasn't, which was such a cop out, when he grabbed fucking Datara, threw him on the ground, and started beating the fuck out of him. He
Mm.
was just like punching him in the face. They're like, Naruto, that's enough. He's like, nah, Datara, like I'm not done. But turned out to be a fucking clone. But we get the Datara fight. We get Sakura and Granny Choi fighting um, puppet
Sasori.
Sasori. We get that puppet fight, which I think that was pretty dope. You know, out of all the arcs, especially in Shippuden, it's like a really high B for me.
Mm.
Because I think it's a good. I mean, it's just an all around good arc.
You ain't say nothing wrong with your opening statement. Yeah, we disagree on that one. That one's an A. One,
Really?
the
Okay.
the hypeness when that arc came out, coming off of
Yes,
Naruto
yes,
OG
the first
coming
arc.
in, the hypeness was crazy. Naruto comes back from his little time skip with his little. All he did was get a new top
Black,
because all
the
he did with
black
his
tracksuit.
pants, all he did was unroll his pants. Let's be honest. Look at
Yeah,
his
yeah,
original outfit,
yeah.
his new
Yeah, his original
outfit.
they were rolled
He
up
just unrolled his
with
pants.
the white fur around them.
But
I'll give
yeah,
you an
it
A
it was
because to me it's
just
a high
so
B.
hyped because he came back. He obviously had a new level of mastering of his powers. They chased down the Akatsuki. Like they're no longer on the defense anymore. We're now on the offense. We
Yeah,
watched Gaara fight Deidara and save his whole village, basically giving
yeah,
his life just to save his
yeah,
village. And then of course the
yeah.
ending where Granny gave up her life to save
Gara to
Gaara.
save Gara. Yeah.
That one's an A for me. I wouldn't even give it a
So
low A. I would probably put this one.
I'd put it before the Konoha Crush, honestly.
Mm.
Maybe before. I put it between Konoha Crush and the Chunin Exams, personally.
Yeah, only because the rooftop fight was
It was
pretty
pretty good.
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
with
was
Tenma,
pretty awesome. Yeah.
Tenma, the monkey fucking summon or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. That was pretty dope. Um, here's where so
This guy.
so yeah, all right. So next arc I'm conflicted on. You're gonna have to help me with this one. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So this is the Techi Bridge arc. This is where Yamato for we form a new Team Seven. We get Sai,
Yeah.
right? He joins Team Seven, and they're going pretty much. I mean, this is where they go to find this, like Sasuke Recovery arc Part Two. People like to say,
Mm.
right? Part Two, because this is where we get Sasuke. We meet Sasuke at the end of the arc. We meet Sasuke again. He almost does the fucking God of Thunder lightning barrage and almost kills all of them.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we see Sasuke again for the first time. We see him in Orochimaru's place, killing motherfuckers, using his curse mark, things like that. The main crux of this is the fight between Team 7 and Orochimaru at the bridge.
Mm.
I like the fight because that's when we see Naruto actually lose his shit for the first time. This is where we see him go like full like red mode, like fully red or
Mm.
like with no features, no nothing like that. He uses his Biju bomb for the first time and like splits a mountain in two. Um, it was dope, but to me it was like a I wouldn't say like a money. It was like a money grab to Sasuke Recovery Part 2 just to introduce us to Sasuke again. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Um again, I gotta put this. I want to put this in a B, but the fight, like each individual, there's individual parts that were like A level to me, but
Mm.
the everything in a whole was just like
No, no, I got you. There
we're
were
here, we're there.
there were parts of this arc that were like good or great.
Hmm.
I mean, obviously, Sasuke almost ending Team Seven's hopes and dreams, and Naruto ever becoming the Hokage. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Sasuke
Orochimaru's
showing
son.
up in with Naruto, trying to access
Hmm.
Kurama's power, but then Sasuke showing up like, nah, we're not doing that, bro. That was
Yeah.
amazing, but all that was at the end.
Yeah.
When I go back to the beginning, the only significant part, like I didn't like Sai when he was first introduced,
Yeah. Size
and I think the
garbage.
best thing he did when he was first introduced was when we thought he was about to save Hinata when she was falling.
Not Sakura.
It was, yeah, Sakura when she was falling, and then he
I was
said,
literally
"Nope."
about to say. I was literally about to say that because
That was hilarious.
they still put memes out about that shit where it's
Mm.
just like where he's flying up, she's falling down in his head, he's just flying up looking straight.
He's
It's
like,
just
nah.
what was
He
that
didn't even
that
look at her. That's wild.
it was that one meme where it's like it was like me as a father watching my kids, my kid falling, me not giving a fuck.
But no, honestly,
It's
the
a B.
arc,
It's a B
yeah, I would even.
to me.
I mean, I would put it a B. I would put it obviously the lowest we could possibly put it for B. The fight
Yeah,
against Orochimaru, though it should I feel like that fight should have been way more hyped than what
yeah,
it was. Like, yeah, the Bijuban was amazing, but then after that it was like Orochimaru was supposed to be the signing with all these amazing powers
yeah,
that he obviously
yeah,
couldn't use. That's true. We also got to
yeah,
remember that. So, and I feel like it was like a nerfed arc. It felt like a transitional arc. It
yeah,
wasn't a
yeah.
filler, but it was a
Yeah.
transition to get
It
to
was like to
another
get
place.
it was to push the story forward.
Hmm.
Like that's what it was. It was like a jump to get okay, we found Sasuke again.
Yeah.
Let's get to the Akatsuki. You know what I'm saying? Which fun enough, the next one is called the Akatsuki Suppression arc. So the Akatsuki Suppression arc is with Kakuzu and Hidan. This is when they go
Mm.
out and they fight or they kill Asuma in this arc.
Mm.
This is where he like Shikamaru just claps Hidan's cheeks, like claps him, puts him in the dirt, like just brought the he was like what's his name from Hunter x Hunter,
Oh,
fucking
when
just
he
brought
brought the shovel.
Kurapika brought the shovel and just fucking dug his
What are you
um
doing? I'm burying you.
I'm burying you.
Oh
Why?
man.
Why? Um, but this is Kaku's expression. We see some great fighting in this, and we also get the fight between Kakuzu and Kakashi.
Mm.
That fight, that hand to hand, that was after all the shit we've gotten so far. That was hand to hand, like they were throwing paws in that fucking fight.
Did we have
Um,
what's it called in this? Um Naruto's next.
yeah, he got Rasen
Yeah,
Shuriken.
Rasen
In
Shuriken.
the, he got Rasen Shuriken in this arc.
So the training also
So
happened in his
the
arc.
training
Learning
also,
of
yeah,
being able to use the shadow clones to learn things
yep.
faster.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
This is a A to me. Akatsuki suppression because we finally get introduced really to like
Hmm.
big hitters in the Akatsuki. You know what I'm saying?
And our boys who've become men at this point, now they're doing
Are
men shit.
burying niggas.
Yeah,
Just
yeah, they fighting Akatsuki. These supposedly
they,
these are the strongest
yeah,
organization that exists, and they're fighting Akatsuki.
strongest ninjas in the land, and
Yeah,
they fighting them.
yeah, I can
That's
give
a
you
A.
A.
That's
I
a
can
high
definitely give you
A.
A.
For
Uh,
me, it's
yes,
like right here.
I will put it above Gara.
Really?
Yeah, I'll put it above
I can
Gara
give you that. I can give you that. I can give you that. I can
because
give you that.
let's be real. We know who the highlight of that arc was, Sakura and Granny. So I'm sorry,
Yeah,
we're gonna go ahead
that's
and
true.
give that one a header.
I'm be honest, that's facts. That was the big fight of the show, like of the arc. That was the big fight was
And it was a
Granny
good
and
fight. It was a
Sakura's
good
fight.
fight, but we can't give Sakura W's. we,
No,
we don't give her
no,
W's.
yeah, garbage cans don't win trophies. Um, but all right, so the next one we got is the Itachi Pursuit arc. So this is the arc where Sasuke pretty much forms his team together. He has Sugetsu, he has Konan, which she's a Uzumaki by the way, if you didn't know.
Hmm.
And we have Jogu or Jogun, something like that. But this is where he is
Jugo.
traveling to go Jogo. There you go. This is where he goes to fight or goes to find Itachi. This is also the arc where he becomes an Akatsuki, where he like gets his cloak and then, huh?
Yeah, no, I'm saying I know I'm
Yeah,
agreeing.
yeah.
Like, yeah, it was kind of
So
weird.
yeah, he gets his cloak, but then he still goes and then he fights. Like they say, if you want access to Itachi, we'll give you that information if you go kill the Eight Tails. And then he
Mm,
goes and then B fucking spanks that ass while writing a
Rot
rap at the same
turned him into a
time.
rotisserie
Uh,
chicken.
told it like, and Sasuke is my favorite. Y'all know Sasuke is my favorite character. So like, I was like,
B became my favorite character that arc.
I was like, yeah, he gave him that BBC. That's what he fucking gave.
It
He
was
was
that
down bad.
bumblebee, bro.
He
Shit.
was down bad. However, for me, this arc was kind of like all over the place. Like it was all over the place.
Yeah,
It
it was
wasn't
a
like,
lot going on, but it was like no central
yeah,
focus of what was going
it
on.
was just like boom, we're over here, we're over here, we're over here, we're over here,
Mm-hmm.
we're over here. I think this was more just to show. I think this arc was to show us or showcase how powerful Sasuke has gotten so far.
Hmm.
But then he gets to a barrier again because he thinks he's. I think this is the humbling. We should call this the Sasuke humbled arc.
Hmm.
And to be funny, but at the same time, like he thinks he's so badass and so strong until he meets a tailed beast who can control his tailed beast powers,
Hmm.
and then he gets slapped, and he's like, "Oh shit, I still need to train more," because he
Hmm.
thought he was like the best thing since sliced bread and Betty White. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I think
It's
it was like
good.
I think it was four, but it's like a low B, like low, maybe a C, but I don't want to give it a C because that means like it's complete ass to me. C and D is like cheeks. Um,
Mm.
maybe like a high C. Can we agree on a high C?
I can't even. I can't pinpoint a start and a finish to this arc.
That's what I'm saying
Like
because it was all over the place.
when you look at Jiraiya's death, like that arc, like
Yeah,
you
I did him.
know that
I did him
arc.
dirty in this one.
You know the pain invasion
And,
arc. But this arc is like,
yeah,
what was this arc about, bro? Like the
it
best
was
thing was
just.
the B fight. And
I think this was a filler, non. It was like a canon filler, where it
mm,
was like we just get to see the adventures of Sasuke and the crew, Sasuke and the gang. You know what I'm saying?
that's how it
So,
felt. Adventures of Sasuke and the gang. And then why did they become Akatsuki? It was like just
uh,
so weird. See, I'm giving it a C. I'm sorry. I don't think
okay,
it was Dookie, but it just compared to the rest of the arcs, it just wasn't as good. Maybe because I'm not a big Sasuke fan,
I'm
but
yeah, but Uchiha are like my bread and butter on that one. Now, now that I'm thinking, is it this? Yeah, it's that one. All right, never mind. All right, so the next one we got is Tales of Jiraiya,
mm-hmm,
saddest arc in fucking Naruto.
mm-hmm,
So Tales of Jiraiya, Jiraiya obviously learns about the Akatsuki. He's on a mission to go find the Akatsuki and find like pretty much do a lot of recon until he realizes that the people who run the Akatsuki were his former students. So obviously, Paper Girl, newspaper girl, and then we got Yahiko and um, I forgot the other dude's name. That's crazy. But yeah, that's when he finds out his
Nagato.
students. Huh?
It's what Nagato.
Yeah, Nagato. Yeah. And then yeah, and so then he finds that out, and then this is the whole pain fights pain or Jiraiya fights pain fight. And this is Naruto learns about Jiraiya's death. I think it was a very slow arc in the beginning, but then we got crushed at the end. And just because something really sad happened at the end doesn't mean it's bad. That gives us emotional. That if it elicits an emotional response, that means it's a good arc. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm,
saying?
mm-hmm.
And Naruto yelling at Tsunade while he's crying was a very emotional part in that show. Like you could have fucking stopped this. Like what did you do? Like are you let him go out there by um, this really put into perspective how strong Pain was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like how strong, like this is a real threat. Like this is our first real threat. Like we know about Orochimaru and we know about Sasuke, but right now they're kind of like away. You know what I'm saying? They're like side demon lords. This is Pain is a real threat.
Yeah.
Like a real threat. He killed one of the legendary Sannin. Supposed to be Itachi and Kisame wouldn't even didn't even want to touch this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like they were like Jiraiya's in the village. We shouldn't go in there yet. Like
This is it's not.
We need to wait till he leaves. And then they still got clapped up when Sasuke and Naruto were like when Itachi knocked on fucking, which we didn't even talk about, which is crazy. But when Itachi knocked on Naruto's door,
What
to
arc
be
was that?
respectful, that was the that wasn't Chunin Exams. I think that wasn't was it Konoha Crush?
That would have been after that.
No, it was Sasuke Retrieval. Sorry,
Okay.
Sasuke Retrieval. It was right before that. It was like the beginning of Sasuke Retrieval arc when Sasuke decided to leave the village after Itachi like grabbed his Chidori up in the air and Jiraiya came and saved them.
Okay.
Um,
So where do you put
but
it?
anyways, um, it's a B. It's a low B for me.
A
It's
low
not.
B for you. Okay.
Yeah, it's. I mean, again, it elicits a response, but it's slow up until that point, which I think that was the point of it. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
was to like really be like, yeah, Jiraiya's just off doing a little mission, and then boom, he's dead. You're just like, whoa, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
maybe a low A. I'll give it
I
a
think
low
the
A.
build up was definitely worth it. Building
I think
up
so
to
too.
who
Yeah.
these people are, the fact that they were all his students. They were basically
Hmm.
Naruto, Team
Yeah.
Seven. Went the Team Seven
Yeah.
outside of the village, and then Jiraiya's death. And Jiraiya's
Yeah.
death, it gets to me sometimes to this day. If
Yeah.
I watch a video
Yeah.
on it, I'm like,
Damn. Damn.
God
Dude.
damn, they did my
I get.
boy
I give it.
Jiraiya.
I give it an
I'm
A.
giving it an A. I'm giving it an A. I would definitely give it a low A. It's not beating anything else,
I think it's
but
maybe Chunin exams for me. It beats Chunin
you
exams.
think so? I'm willing to give.
Just
I'm willing to give it over
just the
Chunin
tuning
exams.
exams.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
keep remembering it's separated. Yeah, I'm willing to put it
Yeah,
over the
yeah.
Chunin exams. But Jiraiya is an OG, and that's what secures it for the A for me. But you're
Yeah.
right, 3/4 of it was really slow. It was a lot of just building up to get to this point.
Yeah. True. True. Next one we got is Fated Between Brothers arc. This is
That's the name of that arc. I don't know.
yeah. This is Sasuke versus Itachi, our final fight.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was kind of a so hear me out. So the build up to this fight since day one, Sasuke, there's somebody I need to kill, right? I get that we needed to learn about what Itachi really did, but I think this fight was a ripoff because he was fucking sick anyways. You know what I'm saying? Like he let him kill him. Like let's be honest, he just wanted to test Sasuke's powers out. You know what I'm saying? But because I'm a big Uchiha fan, seeing two Uchiha going at it together and using their different Sharingan abilities and stuff like that was absolutely goaded for me. And then Sasuke learning what really happened, like why he killed his family, why this he left him left him alive, so on and so forth. I think it was a little. I think we talked about this a long time ago. Actually, I think it was a little not cringe, but like okay, nigga, we switching up our minds that quickly. At the end, when he was like, "Now I'm gonna go destroy the Leaf Village," like you're just like,
I
okay,
mean,
you could
honestly,
barely,
it falls right under his character for me.
yeah,
The
you
emo
can.
boy.
Well, yeah, he was a kid though. I think this was literally the conversation we had was that he was an immature. He was still a teenager. You know what I'm saying? So like he's still immature and rage filled and shit like that. Um, this is also. Is this the arc? Yes, it is. Yep, this is also the arc where we get Sasuke versus Danzo. I'm pretty sure it's either that or the Pain arc. Is
No,
it the Pain arc?
Sasuke versus Danzo would have been two more after this. So after the pain arc, you got the
The five
five.
Five Kage
Yeah,
Summit. Never mind.
five
You're right.
Kage
You're right.
Summit.
You're right. My bad. You're right. So, but yeah, this one is a really good one to me. I want to give this an A because it's literally what we've been waiting for, even though it was kind of a cop out. But it's like a low A. Like it was kind of. But we got to see Susanoo for the first time. We got to see their both of their abilities. You know, you got the whole like I made that comic that cut out fucking manga picture board frame of their entire fight. You know what I'm saying? He uses the ability he was gonna kill Naruto with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Um, it's a low A for me. It's a low A. Maybe high B. Maybe high B.
I agree with
Because
you. We've been looking forward to this fight
yeah,
all series.
the whole
Not
series.
just Shippuden, but OG as well.
Yeah,
And I feel like I also agree. It feels like something was stolen from us. We didn't
yeah.
get 100% Itachi versus 100%
Sasuke.
Sasuke, and even with that knowledge, you saw that Sasuke still was pushed up against the wall. So
Yeah,
it leaves that taste in your mouth. Like, is he better than Itachi, or is Itachi
I could
still
have. Yeah.
the better one? Like
Let's be honest. He was trying to kill
people
him,
think
but
he's better. He's not better. Itachi's the better brother. Let's be real here. But people think he's
yeah.
better because he won that fight. He didn't win the fight.
Well, and then you find out that Itachi has Isami and Izanagi. Like, he would have wrapped Sasuke up in a blanket and put him under the fire.
Have
Like,
him rethinking his choices. You're like, maybe
yeah.
Naruto is my best friend. Maybe let me go talk to Naruto real
He
quick.
said, "Every jutsu has its weakness, and your weakness is that I exist." Like that was the hardest line in all of Naruto. I'm sorry.
But also he unlocks a Mangekyo. I'm guessing by the
He
end
does.
of this arc, he
Yep.
unlocks Mangekyo.
Yep.
It
He
fuels
unlocks
the whole
Amaterasu.
the cycle of hatred. It
Yeah.
fuels that. It throws more fuel into that fire. It throws more fuel into the Uchiha lore. Like if you're
Yeah.
you, like the fact that it's not in your an A would be a travesty. It would be
Yeah.
diabolical. But it's just amazing for Sasuke. Even as a non Sasuke fan, I love this because I love
Yeah.
Itachi.
It's A. Yeah.
But I got to see Itachi and Sasuke go at it, doing
Yeah.
shit that you would see in
Hmm.
the video games. So
Yeah.
it's an A for me. It wouldn't even be a
Yeah.
low A for me. I'm not a
It's A.
Uchiha fan, but I'm putting it above. I'm putting it above Chunin
Oh,
Exams. I'm putting it
it's
above
definitely above.
Jiraiya. Even
Um,
possibly even putting it above Gara. I wouldn't put it above the Akatsuki, but
I
you can
can,
put it
I
wherever.
can,
But
I
that's
can
where I'm
give
feeling.
you. The problem is I think Jiraiya is better than Retrieve or better than Kazekage Rescue
Hmm.
because I would put it in between these two, Kazekage Rescue and Jiraiya, but
I'm
it'd
willing
be
to shuffle
below
that.
Jiraiya.
Shuffle that.
It'd be below Jiraiya, so it'd be right here.
Okay. The reason
I
why
give you that.
I couldn't put it, I couldn't for sure put it, is because I think it's still below Jiraiya, but I think it's better than the Gara arc. That's why I said I would put
Yeah,
it above
right.
Gara. So
Yeah.
I'm happy with this one.
Okay. Cool. 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 Next one is Pain Assault. So go ahead and do that. Pain. Pain. I'm sure you. We've talked about it. I'm sure you agree.
The question is it better than
Uh,
the Sasuke Retrieve arc?
I
No, we got the
do
final.
not think so.
We got
I
the
do not think
final.
so. No,
Not
we
the
got the
final
final
fight,
fight.
but the final fight
The
between.
fight in the valley. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
valley fight, hidden valley, whatever, hidden valley ranch.
The Valley
Um,
of the End, something like that,
yeah,
bro.
something like that.
Yeah, the Valley Ranch.
The pain retrieval, the pain assault arc was. I mean, we got Naruto versus Pain, and that shit was amazing. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that was one of the. But then we get introduced to Talk no Jutsu. We finally get introduced to Talk no Jutsu working for the first time. I'll say that.
I'm okay
Like
with
this
it.
is where Talk no Jutsu works for the first time. We get Kakashi dying. Technically he died. And
Hinata
then
dying for Naruto.
Hinata died. A lot of people died in this, but then obviously he used the ability, the jutsu, to put everybody's
I'm
soul
not a
back
fan
into
of
their
that,
body.
but
That
the
was a little cop out.
98% before that, I'm happy with. So
Yeah, he shows up with Sakura screaming, and we even had talked about like what's a more goaded. We talked about a long time ago, like what's a more goaded moment than Sakura going Naruto,
oh
and then he
yeah,
like just
I want to live with Robin from One Piece.
yeah,
You got
like and then
Naruto getting Sage Mode,
Sage mode.
training with the Toads.
Yep, because this is
Yeah.
where he decides where he's like, I'm never using my net. Well, he decides it in the Tenchi Bridge arc is when
Mm.
he decides, but this is where because he in the Tenchi Bridge arc he hurt Sakura like really
Yeah,
bad,
he hurt Sakura.
and he's like, I'm never using my Nine Tails powers ever again,
Mm.
and he's like, I need to learn something new, and that's when he travels to the land of the Toads and learns Sage Mode. And he's like, cool, I could use Sage Mode, not use Nine Tails powers, but then
Mm.
he sees Sakura die, and he's like, yep, nope, never mind, and
And
then.
we can't skip over the fact that him showing up. Him showing up to
Yeah,
fight is one of the most badass shit in the
yeah,
show.
the boom, 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 boom. And it's like,
Exactly. Him just showing up with all the frogs. Just
yeah, just post it
what?
up,
Thanks
post
for
it up,
clearing
baby.
the space for me. I
Yo,
needed room
yo,
to flex.
I needed an arena, and you made one,
Hey,
and
but
we got
no.
Shin. That's why I put the picture, the Shinra Tensei picture, like
Shina Tensei.
yeah, just wipes. I mean, this is as much as like Jiraiya. This is like an emotional moment. We see our village that we've been raised into just
Mhm.
get wiped off the map.
I
Just
think
get, and this
yeah,
is where
even
he
with
becomes a
Jiraiya,
hero.
Jiraiya dies in that arc with him fighting Pain, but we felt it in the Pain Invasion arc. I think
Yeah,
we finally were able to
yeah.
process what happened in that arc, and I think that's also what makes the arc even better.
And this is when Naruto finally gets recognition from his village for the first time. This is when he finally gets recognition from his village.
Mm. Do,
After he
do,
saves the village,
where does it
they raise
end?
him. It ends when Kakashi's carrying him out of the woods on his back,
That's where it
and
ends.
they raise him up in the air.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
that part
yep,
was definitely the
and he
best part with
finally
everybody like throwing him up in the
and they
air and it like
finally yeah
pauses on that. Yeah, that gave you
yeah
chills when that happened. I
right
was like,
because
finally.
Naruto, this is exactly what he's wanted his entire life is
Hmm.
for people
That's the whole
just to
reason he wanted to be
notice him.
Hokage. He wanted
That's yeah.
recognition from the
Oh
village.
yeah, absolutely. Um, we're dropping down on the list. Five Kage Summit. Um, this is where this
Hokage
is
was
where
cool.
Toby finally shows himself to Naruto.
Hmm.
Talks to Naruto a little bit. He wants Naruto to join him. Just give up your Jinchuriki. We don't have to kill you when we take it.
Hmm.
Or no, actually, he says you will die, but it's a sacrifice that's worth what we're gonna do for the world. We're gonna create everlasting peace, so on and so forth. Naruto is just like kind of stuck. Um, This is where we get Naruto going. He hears that Sasuke is showing up at the Five Kage Summit. That's why they left, is to go get Sasuke from the Five Kage Summit. This is where Sasuke shows up. He's on the ceiling of the Five Kage Summit. Toby shows up. They try fighting him. Sasuke fights the Raikage for the first time a little bit. Gets his cheeks clapped a little bit. Has to run off.
Hey, to be fair, he did leave some damage on Raikage too.
He did. He did. He cut his arm off. He cut his arm off.
Well, he had to cut his arm off to save his life. So
to literally save his life. Yeah.
Give that one to Sasuke.
But this is where we see Black Zetsu and White Zetsu. They come into the summit. I think this was more a push to get into the Shinobi War. So it wasn't like it was like one of those another transition arc. For me, this was a B. It was just average.
It was a solid arc. It was a solid transition.
It was a solid transition arc. It was more of the we declare war arc. Like this is war. So
we saw some things that needed to happen in its arc too. The Danzo fight with Sasuke that had to happen.
That was goated.
Naruto telling Hinata to stop being a fucking simp. That happened at the beginning of this arc too, when she was like, "Actually, you don't have to go after Sasuke anymore."
This when Naruto and Sasuke see each other again for the first time on the water when Kakashi's about to kill him.
Sasuke almost killed Hinata during this arc too. That also happened.
Not Hinata.
God damn it, Hinata's a better one. I'm sorry, but almost killed Sakura during this arc too.
Yep. Naruto saves him. I think doesn't Kakashi use Kamui for the first time in this too? I believe he does.
That was during the Gaara arc. He used it the first time when they were chasing the Dara. And they were jumping on the logs. And
that's true.
Flying.
Yeah. And he kept spamming Kamui at him. Like, yeah, it was fucking.
It was good. I was thinking, does it deserve an A because of all the things that happened? But I think it's just so many sporadic events.
It's just a transition arc.
Just to get to the I declare war. I agree. I'll give you a B.
I think it's better than both.
Oh yeah, it's definitely better than both of those. Definitely.
I think it's better than both of those.
Is that the Fighting Heroes theme song you got picture for the Sai? When they're all all of them are running across the
but this is the scene from the bridge.
Oh, is it? Bridge. Okay, it looked like it was the intro song.
But that scene is in that intro. The scene of them sitting there is part of the scene.
Okay.
So all right, the next one we have is the 4th Shinobi Countdown. This is when Naruto finally learns. They hide Naruto out because they don't want Naruto to be involved in the war. They don't even tell him. Okay. Yeah, this is where they don't even tell him that a war is going on. And they hide him away to train to learn to use Kurama. And this is where he gets his Kurama mode. This is where he's on that traveling turtle that's like floating across the sea. And then he finally, once he learns Kurama, and his height, like they put a quarter in your ass, you played yourself. He learns how to do Kurama and his Sage mode at the same time, and he's like, wait a second, what the fuck's going on out there? Because he starts being able to like sense everything going on in the world. Like he'd be able to sense that people are dying and people are fighting. He's like, wait a second. And they were like, oh shit, he can sense that now because he's stronger. And then he fucking dips out and he finally shows is when he's gonna show up to the fight. This one for me, it was slow, but it was good because we got to see him talking to Kurama, learning about Kurama. This is when he meets his mom and his dad. His
mom shows up to help him
and his Kurama. Dad. Yep, this is where he meets his mom. We get the crime scene. That scene.
We saw Guy fight Fishboy. What's his name?
Yeah, Kisame.
We saw Guy fight Kasame in this one too. Kasame's kind of OP. With his big ass fish tank aquarium.
He said, nigga, don't move. And then he twitched his finger and boom. I said, don't
but then move, the fucking sword betrayed Kasame too. Like, a lot of things happened in this arc.
It's an A arc because for me, again, I talk about eliciting emotion. When Naruto, as a kid, when I watch it, like, watching Naruto yell at his dad, like, where were you? Like, and him crying and stuff like that, that hit me. That hit me hard. You know what I'm saying? And then his mom showing up and like caressing him and like holding him and stuff like that. And like he thought she was the damn Ninetales at first. He was like, "You're fucking trying to trick me, bitch!" Like, you know what I'm saying? But this, and then he finally learns what happened. He learns how the Ninetales got inside of him. I mean, we finally get that info. I mean, we knew it, but like we didn't know the whole story. We get the backstory or I get this is not filler, but like it's like the 2 episodes where we get Minato like becoming Hokage, and then all of a sudden the Ninetales attacks the village, and he's like, "Babe, I gotta go." She's giving birth, and he's like, "I have to go defend the village."
Oh yeah. This is
an A. This is a whole. It's a whole A.
It's not a high A. It's not a high A. It's
It's
a lot
mid.
of great moments, but
Yeah.
uh,
It's a mid A.
I'm putting it after Sasuke.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
I'll put
Yeah,
it
yeah,
after Sasuke.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. All right. So the next one is the fourth Shinobi War. This is Naruto showing up with his Kurama mode. This is Naruto giving everybody Kurama chakra. This
Mm-hmm.
is where he finally makes a pact with Kurama for the first time. Like, look, nigga, chill the
This
fuck
is the
out. Like,
war part, not
yeah, this is
the Zetsu showing up
yeah,
everywhere and
this
them trying to
is
defend themselves.
yeah, this is war. This is everything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, this is wait a second.
Because I'm
Rewind.
trying to figure out where are
No,
the
rewind.
small battles in like the for example what's his name, Itachi being reincarnated. Where do those battles lie?
So there's multiple. So just give me like 5 seconds. I'm gonna talk this out real quick. So there's multiple battle. There's multiple battle fronts,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's different fronts. They hide Naruto away in the beginning of it. That's when Ginkaku. No, they don't hide Naruto away in the beginning of it because Naruto shows up to fight. That's when. That's when. That one. The or the fourth Shinobi War is when Madara shows up and then he fucks up all those shinobi. The Shinobi
So
Alliance, he
that's the
does that
beginning
go
of
to
it.
that scene. That's the beginning of it. Naruto's there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Naruto's there. And so yeah, okay, I got it. Sorry, fans. I haven't seen Naruto in a long time. So Naruto's hidden away for the beginning of it. Kakashi is fighting the seven swordsmen of the mist,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's in the beginning of it. Ginkaku and Ginkaku are there. Itachi is on the battlefield. Um, some other summons are on the battlefield because Kabuto is also on the battlefield. This is during the part where Kabuto is turning into like pretty much turning into Orochimaru. Um, we got then when the five Kage summit starts, Naruto had already left. So Naruto had left during that arc, but he was fighting on another battlefront, right? That's when he was fighting Madara, so on and so forth. He leaves that battlefront to go save Kakashi and them because all of them were getting fucked up in that valley, right? So Naruto pretty much was hidden away, finds out there's a war, he goes out there, like protects
Mm-hmm.
or like goes out there, he fights Madara for a little or doesn't really fight Madara for a little bit, but that's when he drops the fucking giant meteors and shit and then old boy breaks his back. Pause. And then that's when he leaves that battlefront to go to the next battlefront. Where when Kakashi's fight ends with Ginkaku and Kinkaku, and Itachi breaks his seal on Kabuto and can now be autonomous, and then Sasuke and Itachi go off to fight Kabuto, is when Kakashi and them are transitioning to the next battlefront, and Naruto's going after them. So
So reason why I want to know is because I'm trying to decide if I want to move the Naruto arc where he gets his bond with Kurama up in front of Itachi and Sasuke. Why? Because I want to know if the Itachi Sasuke fight against Obito falls
you
under
mean
that.
Kabuto.
Yeah, Kabuto falls under that or falls under the Great Ninja War.
Yeah, I think the Kabuto Itachi fight are in the climax. It's at the end
It was way
when
before
the
that. It was definitely way before that
so it
because
was in
they
the fourth Shinobi War. Then
it
it
would
was in
have
the
to
fourth
be
Shinobi
either
War.
in the beginning of the Fourth Shinobi
Yeah,
War or at the end of
it
the
was at the
last
end.
arc.
It was at the end of the fourth Shinobi War is when they or in the middle when they find Kabuto
Okay,
because then Sasuke shows up at the end of the climax to help Naruto and to help all those
got you.
people, so
Okay,
on and so forth.
okay, all
Yeah.
right. So if that
So
happens in this one,
yes. So this is where Obito they do their villain monologue, tell everybody what they're gonna do, so on and so forth. This is before the Hokage even show up. This is them just getting their cheeks clapped by
yeah,
Madara and Obito. I think this is even no, he doesn't even learn it's Obito yet. I think he doesn't learn it's Obito until the Hokage are on the field.
yeah.
So that's when Kakashi learns he's actually Obito.
But Madara's out there
Um,
now.
Madara is out there now. This is when I believe this is, no, that's during Ten Tails. Never mind. Because Ten Tails Resurrection is when the five Kage fight Madara, and Madara's like, "Do y'all want me to use Shadow Clones, or because y'all still gonna lose?"
I think that's before the Ten Tails resurrection.
No, it's in the arc, but it's before because the Ten Tails resurrection doesn't happen in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Like it happens like a little after the beginning, but it happened.
Mm.
The five Kage are on the field when it happens. Like when
I
the
think
five,
the Five Kage ends with them fighting Madara, because that would be the whole
yeah.
Five K. So yeah, I think
So
all that's
it's
still
right
part of
after.
that.
So, but the Four Shinobi War to me is like when people are getting clapped out and Naruto's giving his powers to
Mm-hmm.
people and shit, and Neji dies. Yeah. So, which is the dumbest death in all of fucking Naruto, but whatever. The highlights of this arc for me are Naruto saving them, fighting other Jinchuriki. Because that's when other Jinchuriki are on the battlefield. It's at the end though, because that's when the five Kage that are resurrected go out and
Okay,
go fight
okay.
them. Um, this is
Madara
when
fighting the Shinobi forces.
Mata. That's one I watch that scene daily on this like MVP. Well, it's like this
Ridiculous.
AVP thing that for like the gym.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this like anime music video thing, but or AMP, whatever. Um, but yeah, that uh that honestly to me like one of my favorite scenes in the whole show is Madara beating the shit out of all of them, like fucking them up with straight hands,
Mm-hmm.
like, and then they finally get out on the battlefield. Neji dying was a big scene for me, but it was like such a cop out scene, you know what I'm saying? And it really just lit a fire in all their asses, you know what I'm saying? But then they ended up needing help because they were getting clapped up, so that's why they Edo Tensei the fucking other five, or Orochimaru came and helped them and said, "Hey, by the way, I ain't got no skin in this fight, but here you go." Um,
So we're saying that the Izanami, all that happened in this arc.
yeah,
When
yeah, at the end of it, I'm pretty
I'm
sure.
putting this
Yeah,
one high A, bro.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I put it like above,
No, I'm putting this
like up,
high A,
like
bro.
high, like up
I'm.
here.
I mean, a lot of things happen. I mean, first off, Madara versus the Shinobi forces. That's goaded. Like you say
Yeah, oh
yourself, you
yeah,
watch that
yeah,
every day. That's goaded. The fact, way too much happens in this one. Now we get to see
yeah.
Naruto flex his powers for real, for real. He shares
Hmm.
his powers with everyone. Like, no matter how you feel about it, it's still amazing. Like, even if you think it's
Hmm.
like, I don't really like that he did that, the fact that he's able to do that is still
Yeah,
amazing. The whole fight against I don't want to call him Obito again. Give me the name.
Toby.
No, no,
Oh,
no. Sasuke and Itachi versus not
Kabuto.
Kabuto. Them fighting Kabuto. That
The
fight was
the
amazing as
hardest
well.
line in all of Naruto.
The
Like
hardest
when
line. The
your
fact that he
jutsu has a
used this
weakness, and I'm
amazing.
your yeah.
The fact that he uses amazing jutsu that he's basically said that, hey, I've been nerfing myself the whole series. I've never used the best of my abilities until this moment, and I'm
Yeah.
about to make you reflect on everything. And the fact that that moment basically broke down, changed the whole way the war
Yeah.
was going. The war was going one way, and then they had to change gears
Yeah.
and switch it up completely because that was defeated when it should have never been defeated.
Because they were
Honestly,
released. They were released too. Like once Sasuke and Itachi beat Kabuto and put him in the Izanami, which he's
mhm.
still in that bitch by the way. There's no canon to suggest that Kabuto ever escaped from that unless it's in Boruto.
No, he
Then I
gets
just
out.
okay.
Yeah, he
Well,
gets out and he owns a not a daycare. What's it called? When they watch like children who have no like orphanage. Uh,
Kabuto runs an
orphanage.
orphan.
Hmm.
He must have been traumatized then. Like, good lord.
Yeah,
Like,
he runs
yeah.
an orphanage. He runs an orphanage. So
My
yeah,
bro's like,
that's a
hey,
thing.
hey, Hokage Naruto, here's some cookies I made for you.
Yeah,
Shut up,
I
Kabuto,
mean,
bitch
like
ass
he
nigga.
goes out and visits him and everything. Like, hey, you
I
better be
mean,
taking care of these kids.
Naruto went out and visited Orochimaru. It's like you just let this serial mass murderer just chill on the outskirts of town. He's like, I
Hey,
mean,
hey, I'm daddy. Don't worry about
hey,
that. I'll
chill the
put him in
fuck
his
out.
place if he needs to be. But
Chill the
no,
fuck out.
honestly, bro,
Naruto would clap
I'm
Orochimaru.
I don't know. I might even put this one ahead of the Zabuza.
I
Like
give you that. I give you that. I
it's
give you that.
really
I was
good. And
I was
for
down. I was down
Shippuden,
playing it.
Shippuden, like honestly, when it comes to the Naruto series as a whole, it's not the strongest of the
Yeah, yeah,
installments
yeah.
of Naruto and of Shippuden. It's not the best of the installments.
He was about to say Boruto. I was about to be like, first of all, we can cut this pot. We can cut this episode right now. We can
Honestly,
cut this
let's
episode down.
when you really look at the how Shippuden ended. It
Oh yeah.
it basically splits a whole fandom. So looking at how Shippuden is looked as a
It
whole by
ended badly.
everyone,
It ended badly. I'll give you
of
that.
the arcs, Pain and this are probably one of the are two of the best arcs out of everything.
And
And
if we put just the whole war in itself together, then it's
I'm
like
yeah, I put a whole war together with Ronan. I'm giving this one
it'd
a
be an
very
X.
high A because this all the
Yeah.
best parts of the war happened at this point.
All the best parts of Shippuden are pretty much in the war. I mean, let's be honest. We get a bunch of stuff that lead up to it,
I mean, Pain
but
made to
yeah,
S.
Pain, yeah,
To be
that's fine.
fair,
So the next one we got to end, well, not end it technically, but the Four Shinobi climax. This is like the middle of the war. This is where the five Kage get resurrected. This is where Sasuke is with Orochimaru, and Orochimaru and Sasuke are there, and they're just like, he's like asking Sasuke questions. We find out Tobirama's a racist. We
find out.
find out yeah, I mean,
I knew
and
that
a
nigga was
racist.
a racist.
That nigga racist.
I saw a picture of him.
But
I knew it.
he fucking hit his spiritual pressure, and everybody dropped to their damn knee. And
Oh yeah,
Hashirama's like, yo, chill the fuck out.
yeah,
Yeah.
that shit. Yeah, yeah.
Um, this is where the five Kage the five resurrected Kage show up on the battlefield. They fucking start clapping cheeks. This is the funniest line in all of Naruto, where where Madara's like, Tobirama, I've been waiting for you. He's like, you're gonna wait a damn second. First of all, like, I'll do. He's like, I'll deal with you in a minute. And he's like, uh,
Yeah.
like, and this is where the five Kage are fighting. This is when um, Minato shows up and saves. Does he save Naruto? Who does he save? Somebody shoots orbs at. I think. Yeah. So or Obito is in his five or his ten tails form,
Yeah.
and he shoots those true seeking orbs. I think at Naruto, and then his dad shows up out of nowhere and fucking like takes him to the chest or takes him to the
I
arm. And
think
he's like, Dad,
Obito gets his Sage mode or the
ten
six
tails.
pass
Yeah.
six ten
Yeah,
tails. He
yeah,
gets
he's
ten
Obito.
tails at the end of the last arc,
He's
which goes into
no,
this one.
yeah, you're right because they're trying to fight Obito in his
Yeah.
ten tailed sage mode and it's not working.
Hmm.
And then Orochimaru's like, but lesser of two evils. Do I want them to rule the world? I don't want to be an infinite Tsukuyomi. So here's some Hokage that can fight for you.
Mm.
And that's when they go out and they decide if they want to go and fight in the war. Which, to me, so this was, don't get me wrong. This to me this was a low A arc because just getting the Hokage back and getting like the whole like Sasuke talking about it. This is when Sasuke comes to the fight. By the
Mm.
way, this is when he shows up to the fight. And getting everything. But to me, this was like a what was I about to say? I completely fucking forgot what I was
I,
about to say.
I'm gonna tell you. Honestly, I don't understand why this arc is an arc. This
It should
whole
have been in the
thing
last. It should
should
have
have
been
just
in the
been
last thing.
added to the last arc.
Yeah,
Like it's a
yeah,
transitional arc. I think the whole arc was just full of fan service. We wanted to
yeah,
see how Minato is going to interact with Naruto. We wanted to
hmm
see how the old
yeah,
Hokage are going to interact with Madara, interact with each other, interact with Sasuke. Like we wanted to see all these
yeah,
things, and they gave it to us. Honestly, it wasn't that great. Like, of course, a lot of lit moments happen. I think
yeah.
in this one, I'm pretty sure. Does Obito fight Kakashi at the end of this one, or is that in the next arc?
So that is the end of or the beginning of the Ten Tails or end
Okay,
of this
then
one
so it's not a part of this
because
arc.
because Madara steals the Ten Tails form from him,
Hmm.
and that's when he pulls Kakashi into his Kamui, and they go hand to hand. And I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Madara gets his upgrade
Because
to end the
honestly,
arc.
I'm about to do a no in podcasting, but I'm about to look it up because that will change for me. That will change my answer for this arc.
Okay,
Um,
pause. Because I just need to know where what falls because I'm not feeling A on this one. Because like for you again, nostalgia glasses on. For me, take nostalgia glasses off. It was fan service. Like nothing really significant happened during this arc. I mean, does Sakura? I think Sakura saves him,
yep, yep.
saves Naruto during
Climax.
his arc.
Yep, this is it. Kakashi and Obito fight in the Kamui in the climax arc. This arc right here.
So the
That fight.
climax of this arc.
No, this arc is called the For Shinobi Climax. That's this arc's name.
Okay, so it
And
happens at the end of that when they
yeah,
fight.
and this arc,
I
yeah,
mean, that saved it from a B for me.
that's it.
It
It's an
saved it
A.
from a B.
It's a low A. Yeah, it
It's
would have been
a.
a B if
Ooh,
I didn't think about it.
I'm
It's a
putting it
low.
because of Kakashi versus Obito was an amazing
Yeah,
fight.
like right here maybe.
Honestly, the Kakashi fight saves it.
Yeah.
It's gonna put itself. I'm gonna put it before Gara. Where you have it right now works for me.
Okay. Cool. This next one is the birth of the Ten Tails. This is when Obito loses his Ten Tails abilities and Madara takes them,
And becomes a
takes his Ten
Sentinel.
Tails ability, becomes the Ten Tails like Sage mode, controls the Ten Tails, because he sucks out the power from. I believe takes the power from Naruto. This is when obviously when Minato transfers his Ten Tail powers back to Naruto. But he takes the nine tails from Naruto because he was the last tail he needed, and makes the 10 tails. This is also where we get the infinite Tsukiyomi that shows up. Sasuke shows up. This is where Guy Sensei. This is where Guy Sensei. This is like the beginning of it. Is when Guy Sensei almost dies. He uses his. He uses his.
The eighth gate.
What's he uses his eighth gate and fucks Madara up. This is where Naruto and Sasuke get their Sage mode, Sage of Six Pass powers. This is like then the Ten Tail shows up.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, in
yeah.
the beginning. Yeah, because the Ten Tails is resurrected at the end of this arc, and then we
I thought they
get
got it for fighting Kaguya. They got to fight Madara.
yeah because remember Naruto could see Madara's or Sasuke could see Madara's invisible. This is when Sasuke unlocks the Rinnegan. And he can see Madara's invisible things, and Naruto can actually hit them because he has nature power. He has like Sage mode.
Yeah, but
So he
that's
has
without the six path powers, though. I'm saying.
no, no, that wasn't.
Yeah.
He got yeah they got their Sage of Six Pass powers. That's how they were able to see Madara's like
The reason why I say
invisible
it
power.
is because they had the whole. If we're looking just anime, they had the whole conversation with
Yeah,
Hagoromo, whatever his name
yeah,
is,
yeah, yeah,
talking about Kaguya
yeah.
and saying that you need this power in order to seal her. That's what I'm saying. What would he have given him the power to fight Madara?
Because he was so from what I remember is when Naruto and Sasuke were about to be fucked up is when he like Hagoromo shows up in Naruto's wet dream, right? When he's with
Yes, like that.
Kurama and he gives him these powers and because Madara is already Sage of Six Paths, Madara, they can't fight him, and so Hagoromo shows up to give him that and he talks about Kaguya being the one who invented the tree, and if they brought the tree back, she would resurrect. Like he was saying she would resurrect so you need this power to beat Madara now because if the infinite Tsukiyomi happens, like it would be a problem. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why Sasuke was able to unlock Rinnegan
Yeah,
is because of the Sage of Six Paths, the Sage of
he
Six
asked
Paths
him
power.
to stop Madara
Yeah,
because
yeah,
the whole plan was to. He was trying to get him to stop it. Okay, yeah, yeah, you got it, you got
yeah,
it.
yeah. So
Okay.
that this was the only thing that killed this arc was it wasn't even
Honestly, what hurt a lot of the final arcs of
yeah
Shippuden was the fella that was put
yeah
between
because they got because
in
they
between the
got
arc.
infinite they got infinite Tsukiyomi. Everybody got sucked up into the ball sack of the tree, and then the Sasuke did his Susanoo shield around all of the
Oh well,
main
that will
characters.
be the next arc.
No, that's now. He does the Susanoo, and then it goes into fillers while they're sitting there trying to come up with a plan to get out of it and to go into the Infinite Tsukiyomi.
Gotcha,
Infinite
gotcha.
Shield, and then all the fucking 300 fillers happens right afterwards, where we see everybody's dream.
Yeah,
See fucking Kiba wanting to be Hokage and shit.
it's not that strong of an arc for me.
I thought it was really good. We get
What was the highlight?
Guy Sensei using Eighth Gate. Naruto or Sakura saving pretty fucking Hokage bitch. Um, like, I think that the whole hand to hand with Madara was the whole highlight of the entire arc, and then obviously the Ten Tails being born, them sealing the Ten Tails, them sealing the Ten Tails turning into the Tree of Life, all that shit. Like I think it was an A. To me, it's an A. I think it's like a under 5 Kage Climax. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
under Climax, but it's above Gara and above the Chunin Exams.
I can give it that.
Yeah, because there's like them using their Sage of Six Path mode powers for the first time, him getting the Rinnegan for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was pretty lit. So now this last arc is gonna be a problem for me. I'm gonna let you talk about it. And the only reason why I say this is because the only good part about this arc was the end. Their final fight was amazing. Like Naruto versus Sasuke.
Okay. I
Yeah,
thought you talking
not
about the
Kaguya.
Kaguya fight. That
No.
fight was trash.
I have said since the beginning of our podcast that I think the war should have ended with Madara. I think the war should have ended with Madara.
Mm.
He should have been the final boss.
And then they
And
fought
once
each
they
other.
and then they fought each other.
Mm.
I think that Madara should have been they should have made Madara a little bit stronger and not fucking nerfed him for show purposes.
Mm-hmm.
And then they finally beat him, give us a few more episodes maybe, and then they go into their fight. I think Kaguya coming out was a complete waste of it wasn't it was they were trying to do like a twist, like oh my god, a spin, like a twist, but
Mm.
it wasn't it was like, bro, really? And then he used sexy clone jutsu to distract her.
Mm.
Like, nigga, what?
I'm
Like, bro, come
guessing.
on. She's a god. She's literally a god. She's a multi-dimensional goddess.
I
She's an
mean, to be
Otsutsuki.
fair, she also betrayed her whole race over some dick.
She did. She did, you're right. But
So,
she's a multi-dimensional goddess and
who's horny as fuck? It's
who's horny.
it's been a long time, and Mama needs her juice. So,
Mama needs juice. The goat. But
um,
but I can't put this anywhere below A only because of Naruto and Sasuke's final fight. Like that made the whole arc. Like them finally fighting just made that fight. Like with the Rinnegan, with the Sage of Six Power, the Orb Seeking Truce, all their powers finally combined. The culmination of all of Naruto and them rivaling each other, they losing their arms, like literally just having no power left, just punching each other in the face. Like that shit was emotional. That shit was emotional. Fuck the rest of the
the
Kaguya shit.
promise to the tail beast between Naruto.
Yeah. Promise between Tail Beast. He said, I need to use your powers, but I promise you I will not abuse your powers.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, go for it, nigga. Like,
But it
and
was
then
so much
Sasuke,
trash before it. I mean, like 70% trash, and then the
I
last
can't give it,
30% is Naruto and Sasuke.
I cannot rightfully give it
How many
anywhere below A
episodes
because
is the
of that fight.
Naruto Sasuke fight? Like what? 4 episodes
I think it's 4 or 5. Yeah.
out
Something like that.
of 100 episodes for the
I don't,
arc.
I don't care, bro. I don't care. I don't
To
care.
make
I
one of the
don't
worst
care.
endings.
I don't
Oh,
care. I don't care. All right. I don't
all
care.
right. If you want to put it on A, where are you putting it on A?
Above the Chunin exams. That's it. That's
Oh,
all I'm. That's as
oh,
far as I'm going. As high as I'm going.
below
As high as I'll
Gara.
go. Below Gara.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, below Gara. Because like you said, the rest of it was ass. All of it was ass. And the whole Kaguya thing, I did not like Kaguya being the final big bad. I don't like any of that. So I'm definitely giving it below Gara because we got some pretty cool shit in the Gara.
and like the whole
So
fight just messed up. Like so much power scaling for a lot of
yeah,
people.
power scaling was crazy. Like especially in introducing interdimensional powers in a ninja show.
Mm,
Like we got the infinite Tsukiyomi. It was like, I already told you the whole Otsutsuki thing, the whole
the
plot
whole
that they went
alien
with that.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it
And
turned me off
and then you
completely.
got Sakura talking about some. I finally caught up with you too. Like
Nigga, no,
the
you
arc
didn't.
was trash. I don't know what we talking about. A
No, 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 no. The fight though,
we
bro.
can't give Sakura a W.
Why don't we just don't put it
She
on
was
the
gonna
board?
win.
Can we separate? Can we
She was gonna
separate?
win.
Yeah,
Ah,
can we separate the fight from this arc?
can we
Just think of
separate it?
separate the fight, Naruto
Just
final fight arc.
Kaguya, Naruto, and Sasuke final fight.
That would be an
Um,
S, honestly, if that was
yeah, that would
the
be an
case.
S. Honestly, I like the final fight. If we can even roll in like the marriage in it with it, I'm totally okay with that. And I'm
Yeah,
still gonna leave it on as S. But yeah, if we're separating them, I'm putting this one in a B,
yeah.
maybe even a C, because I really hated it.
I
But
give it a B.
because we're giving it to Sasuke Naruto final fight, I'll give it a low A. I'm putting it after the Chunin exams, and
After,
yeah, and it's holding it. It's that fight is holding it because the
so
rest of that arc is like, bro, what the fuck is going on?
it's like right here. Like
like
dangling.
you damn lucky. Sasuke decided to be edgy at the end
It's
of this arc, bro.
dangling. Okay. I
No
mean that.
D's. Oh yeah, we took out the filler. That's what it was. I
Hmm.
was definitely ready to throw some shit under the D. Throw some shit to the D. Mm. Um, what you
It's
think?
looking.
What's your final thoughts on it?
I think it stacks well. I think this stacks
It's a
pretty
lot of
well.
A's, bro. It's a lot of A's.
Yeah, but one, we're taking out filler. We haven't really besides the climax, we haven't really made filler ruin an arc. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it stacks well. I think it stacks. I'm good with it.
You
I'm
good
good
with
with
it?
it. And it's not even being biased. You know what I'm saying?
Pass the vibe check.
Like, pass the vibe check. Pass the vibe check. Pass the vibe check. Good.
Mm, I'm okay with it. Naruto, of course, is gonna have nostalgia, even if I try to take off the lens. Is was one of my it was my favorite anime for at least a decade, at least.
Yeah.
And that's just being forgiving. I hate to give it so many A's, but when you really look at them individually and take out the
Yeah.
bullshit, it
Yeah.
definitely
If you
created a lot
watch
of
it like
classics.
if you watch it like I watched it with my wife, like no fillers, just straight through, it's not a bad show.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of people give Shippuden shit, right? But I mean, of course, I'll always say Naruto's not a bad show. It's like my favorite anime. But like the shit that gets put on this show because of its fillers would completely go away. If you watched it, if they had the whole like One Piece, right, for One Piece,
Mm-hmm.
for Naruto, like it's such a good show. Like
Mm-hmm.
it really ties everything in. There's some shit here, right? The whole Sasuke becoming a Akatsuki and all that. I mean, there's some like, okay,
What
but like
saves it is the high points that it does have in those arcs. Each arc has a point that is
yeah,
just lit
it
that
draws you back in.
saves it. Like it's
Yeah,
like,
draws you
bro,
back
what
in.
is happening in this arc? And
Like
then
the
all of a sudden it's
B
like, wait a
Sasuke
minute.
versus B fight, like that
No
kept it
one
out of a
saw that
D.
coming. Like I did
That kept
not
it
see
out of
that
a
fight
D.
ever coming. Like
No.
finally getting to see
Those are the
Sasuke
two
fight.
people I never thought would ever interact,
Mm-hmm.
ever have a fucking fist fight. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I don't know. It really, I think it stacks well, and I like the fact that in S we have a Shippuden arc and a OG Naruto arc, which I feel
Mm-hmm.
like coming into this, we knew which arcs were going to be in the S
Yeah,
category.
yeah,
But
definitely.
I didn't expect this many A's, but after talking through them, you know what I'm saying? Like it makes sense.
Yeah,
It
you
makes sense.
definitely brought up a few of my B's into an A category. I'm okay with it because you definitely
Yeah.
highlighted some things I forgot about. And that's why I'm really looking forward to doing this for more shows because it's gonna force me to re-look at arcs again and say, oh, I
Yeah.
really like that, and it might even make me
Yeah.
rewatch something. Right now, I'm doing a rewatch of Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm in the final
Yeah.
season. It's 4 seasons of Yu Yu Hakusho. But I'm in the final
Yeah.
season right now, and I'm like, damn, I forgot about this. This is why I really like
Hmm.
this show. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to continuing doing this.
Cool. All right. Well, we'll continue the series. I mean, I appreciate everybody. We're gonna keep continue doing this series just to rank these arcs because I know there's a lot of talk out there about just these shonen shows and their arcs and their fillers and stuff like that. We're not going to give y'all fillers because we understand there's some good fillers and there's some really bad ones. I mean, we talked. I think it was the other day we talked about the Guy Sensei and Lee versus the Nine Tails mode
Hmm.
filler episode. That was like amazing. It was one of the best fillers on the planet.
Hmm.
But we're not going to give you guys filler. We're talking straight arcs here. So if you're looking forward to the series, let us know down below. Leave a like, a comment, ring the notification bell. Road to 1,000 subscribers this year. We appreciate everybody. We love you, and peace out.
Peace.